what do you think made the difference today, and what do you feel maybe let you down a bit in the game, if anything?
I feel like I didn't play my best tennis today. I think luckily I was able to still serve pretty well and be able to stay in the match and still kind of give myself some chances, but I don't think I returned well, and that was pretty obvious. I think I only won like 5 return points. So it's tough to win a match when that's going on. So it's hard to win a match when you're not making a lot of returns and being able to even put any pressure on her serve.
I'm just going to ask about that. Like, how much of that do you think was down to something she was doing on her serve, or how much was just you just being off in that part of your game?
Probably a little bit of both. Yeah, it's hard to say. Maybe she was doing something to make me miss, or maybe I was just missing. I don't really know.
Maddie, what have the last 48 hours been like for you? You've been under the weather. How are you feeling now, and how are you feeling during the match tonight?
Feel a lot better. Feel much better than the other night. It's obviously not the perfect preparation for a match, but I feel way better than I did the other night.
How did it impact your preparation, if at all?
I obviously wasn't able to go out and have a great practice or anything like that, but I also don't think that that was necessarily the reason that I played the way that I did tonight.
Madison, just in terms of just reacting to going out at the round of 16, what is the frustration level or disappointment level?
I think it's more because of how I played versus whatever round it was in. It's frustrating when you don't give yourself the chance to compete, really, just because it's just not happening. And it's frustrating when you're trying very hard to get it together and figure out what you need to do, and it's just one of those days where it's not clicking.
You've had a pretty good summer, a couple of run coming in here, last win in Cincinnati. Overall, you hope just the blip, or does it feel like you dropped something that was working, or which one of those?
Who knows? Maybe I just played really well in Cincinnati and came in here, and maybe I played well the first couple of matches because of Cincinnati. Maybe I've never played that many matches going into a slam, so that's also, it could have been anything. So it's still a good summer. I still was able to get a title, and I still made a second week of a slam and played 3 really good matches. So I'm not going to go sit in a dark room and cry for the next 4 days. But I'm obviously disappointed and wish I could have gone further, but you just have to learn from it and take positives and go into Asia and try to play well there.
What's your Asia schedule?
I don't know yet.
If you had a chance to watch last night, what were your thoughts as the post-match ceremony, or not ceremony, interview was happening with Osaka and Coco Gauff?
I thought Naomi was great in that moment, and I thought Coco was great in that moment. It was really great. It was obviously a very genuine moment, and I think everyone was very emotional because of it, just because you don't see it very often, and it was just really nice to watch.
Just on that, were you ever in a position where you relate so much to an opponent or a rival or even a friend on tour in that way? Because that kind of stood out with Naomi and Coco yesterday. Have you ever felt anything like this on the court?
I think the person that I feel the closest to in that way is probably Sloane. I feel like we've gone through a lot of similar things, and maybe not at the same time, but have had certain things happen that seem like we're both going through it maybe at different times. But it's always tough to play her, and I think after our final, it was great to, one, it sucked that she beat me, but then it was great to have her there. So that's probably the closest thing that I've ever had.